Hi y'all, so we're back for another Jelly JunkAdori. I have all my pieces laid out here today that I'm thinking about using. And actually I had this other piece over here. I think I'm gonna use this too. A page of stamps that I made. And so anyway, okay, let's get started. So I actually have been doing a lot with a lot of my vintage ephemera, and I think it's because I'm getting ready to go to Amsterdam and to France, and I love flea markets, love flea markets and going to antique stores and vintage places, and I'm always looking for ephemera, old stamps, books, botanicals. And so I've been going back through my collection and seeing what I have, and I get so inspired that a lot of what I'm working with today are going to be that kind of stuff. So, but our Jelly JunkAdoris are a combination of jelly prints and old ephemera and stuff like that, right? So today I'm going to show you what I'm doing with some of the stuff here, just, sharing some ideas. So these pages right here are actually some pages that I found in the front of an old book that I purchased a while back. It's been a while now, but it was actually the birth and death records of the people in the family. And the earliest entry is 1766, it looks like. We had some 1760s. I thought I saw 1727. So they must have gone like this way across the page. Unless I got it out of order when I went to do it. But it seems like it comes all the way. Yeah, we're here 1719. When she was born, Mary Hannah. But I just love this kind of stuff. It was just how the person kept the records of their family, the marriages, and things like that. So that's what this is. So I photocopied it on some parchment. And then I have that here. And then I also photocopied it on, onion skin, because I wanted to play with it a couple of different ways. So I have that. And then I have some of my old Italian letters in, Delamore. So this is Italian. And I've photocopied it on some cardstock that had this sort of flecks and stuff in it. So it gives an interesting kind of look to the page. So also always think about changing up your papers. Just try to look for unusual cardstocks or papers, and printing on them really will change the way it looks. And then, because I'm going to show you with the stamps, here it is. So I always make a master copy on plain paper. So like I made the master copy of this one on plain paper, and then that way I can print it on all types of paper. So for instance, this is a collection of stamps that I've had forever from the time I was a little kid. I was collecting stamps. So some of these like definitely go way back. And off of envelopes and stuff that people would send and things like that. So I laid these out on my copier, and I made a white, just did it on photo paper. That way I can reuse this over and over and over again if I lay these stamps out again. And then I reprinted it onto this, my vintage school paper. And you see how it changes it. It immediately makes it look just old. So I'm going to use this, I'm thinking. I wanted to show you that because I always like to just kind of keep on showing you guys that and reminding you of how you can just change your papers, and it makes such a difference in the way things are going to look. I'm trying to find some cardstock in my where are my tags? Oh, I got some tags here. Come on now. My blank ones. Oh boy, guys, I have like a lot of stuff. Okay, here they are. See, I have piles of all this stuff I'm working through, and of course, it's at the bottom. Okay, here's a tag there. Should have a few of these in here. I even have them here for my my jelly prints. This is a jelly print that I did on cardstock. It was really just kind of like a throwaway, and then I used some of the who is it? The Sage by Tim Holtz. This is bundled sage. distressed. And it just kind of gets rid of the white because it's on a white stock. It just really, you know, harmonizes the print. So I have that there, thinking about that. But anyway, I wanted to get a tag because we don't want to make one of those. Okay, so here's this one here in case I want to use that one. Okay, got a few. So we have that. And let's see what else. This is also an old correspondence. This is 1921. And I got this out of a book, one of those ledger books, and purchased the ledger book. I don't know where I got that book, but here it is right here. I'll show you guys because I think the old books are just as fun as me showing you the process. So this is it. I don't even remember where I got this one on one of the trips, but look how it's the beautiful, the marbling on the edges of it. And then in it, it's actually just a ledger book. It's Dutch. And it's full of all this beautiful writing. And then the person, I guess when they got the typewriters, he said, I forget all the writing, I'm gonna start typing. And then they glued the pages. It is funny. This is like almost like, you know, early, you know, journaling like we're doing, gluing in sections, because this is in sections. I think this book is so cool. So this is an old journal, and it still had the brown paper and everything on it. You can see it's like one of these old ledger books. So I took a page, that there. I took a page out of it, and I just printed it on plain paper, and then I actually ran this, you know, this gridded paper through the printer and printed it up. And look how it just gives a nice look. Like it almost looks like it could have been printed on this, right? So see how it just changes the nature of the way it looks just by putting it on some. And this paper, you know, you get pads of this for a couple bucks. Even at the dollar store, sometimes you find these gridded papers. So we're going to work with all of these. Oh, and also was playing around with, I do handmade paper, done it for years and years and years. And so I have a lot of paper that I had made that were these strips. And I was like, oh, these would make neat bookmarks. So I was working on turning these into bookmarks, which I'll probably put some of these up on my site. And but then I'm gonna use that in one of my tuck places because I just think it's so pretty and I feel like it goes with everything I'm working with here. So let's get started. To show you what we're working with. So the first thing I want to do, so these are the pages I'm dealing with right now. So I have a plain, you know, white page, and then I have the page from the old, what are these, you know, the laser checks, the safety paper, laser checks, where I had put this in my journal. So this is the other side of it. So what I'm going to do, I do like this blue. I like that looks. I want to keep that. So I think I'm going to put one of these. I'm going to glue this to the full page here. But then I'm feeling I'm going to leave that blank, and I may make a pocket out of this, sort of keep this neutral, and then use that as a tuck spot for this. And I do like this against the, you know, because I want to see some of this safety. So I don't want to get that all covered up. And then we'll be doing something over here. So let's start off by getting this all glued up. And I'm going to take some of my tags off of this side so that I can just get a good glue. These are the ones we made before. Okay. So here we go. So I want to get a good layer, good coverage here. How are your books coming along? I noticed some of you have been sharing from the pictures with me. And I'm, to be honest with you, I'm still trying to figure out Patreon myself. I don't know how you figured out how to even post the pictures. I know a couple of you did. I'm still trying to figure stuff out. And then I'm trying to figure out, once you post them, like where are the notifications so I can see them all the time, because I don't always just see the notification coming through. Then I'm trying to figure, okay, how do I answer it? And then how do I share it with the rest of the group? It's like all that. So you guys got to be patient with me because I'm still trying to learn Patreon myself. I think it's a fabulous platform. And I just want to thank you guys who have been sharing your journals there, but also share them over in the group, the Clarity Through Color, THRU, Clarity Through Color on Facebook. Just ask to be admitted, and then I let you in over there. So it's a closed group, but I do let everyone in, but I do want folks to request so I can just kind of go and check and make sure that we're all a happy group. I'm gonna move this up some because I plan on putting something down at the bottom there. We'll see. So I don't really care about that showing there. Okay. Okay. That's good. I wanted to keep that that edge over here because I liked the way the edge of that page looked. So, and now I'm going to take and just tear this off. Okay, so that's looking good. Yeah. Make sure I'm in the frame for you guys. I get carried away, and sometimes I'm a little far away. Don't mean to. A lot of times just where I have to put my way the camera is to shine down, and then my desk is a little deep. So okay, so that's done. Put that away. Okay, so that's looking good. And on this side, I'm just going to use my scissors and cut it because it's a little too close to be trying to rip it. Although I like a ripped edge, but not if I'm gonna mess everything up. There, perfect. That. Oh, great. Okay, so now what I'm thinking about doing over here is I want to make a pocket, but that's why I Xeroxed 2 pieces. So I knew I wanted this to be out of the onion skin so that it just went down nice and smooth and everything. And then what I thought I would do is make a pocket out of the same piece so that I wouldn't cover this up. I wanted to see all of it. So I'm just going to go through and here again, let's tear this off. And I'm going to go ahead and get this off the bottom so that we get a nice even page edge here. Get that cream. Okay. And let's get rid of this edge here. Right up against this point here. I want to see that, but this is going to form our pocket. And I'm going to put this down to the edge like that. And let's see. I don't want it to be a very deep pocket because I want to make a tag out of, what do those tags? I want to make the tag out of this one with the stamps. So I wanted to be able to go down there and stick out. So that's good. Okay, so I'm going to just take it to right up there. I'm going to take it up to there. And then I'm going to, so then I'll put that down here. That'll be cool. So then we'll have the pocket there. And okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this piece right here. The same as before, so right here. Okay, so now we're going to put some tape. We're going to use the double-sided tape for that pocket. And okay, let's see. I'm trying to actually find, here we are. Okay, so this is going to go there. So I want to use this, I want to use my double-sided tape because I want that pocket to really be functional. And since it's out of paper and not cardstock, I don't want it to easily, you know. Let's put this here. Okay, so that'll be good there. So let's see. Okay. Okay, there we are. So, you know, I showed you before how I burnished the back of that tape really good, and then it just makes it peel off so much easier than trying to pick with those corners. If you just use your bone folder and really burnish, then it gets that off really nicely. Okay, so now I'll put this right down here at the bottom of the page, right in place like that. And there we have it. Let's see. Yep, perfect. So now we'll know that that's going to be a tuck place for the cards we're going to make, which is, I feel like I'm all over the place. Just had the thing. Come on. I bet you're all telling me, there it is, there it is, here it is. Okay, so we're going to make, we are going to make, oh, I love that. See, so we have a tuck spot there, but you really wouldn't know that it's there because it's right over top of the other piece. So that's a nice way. I was kind of playing with different ways to do tuck spots. It didn't necessarily look like it was there, but is. So that's kind of fun. And then you still get to see the whole document. So if you have a document that you really want to see, but you still want to have a little place to put something, then this is a good way to do it. I'm actually going to make this card a little more narrow because I don't want it so fat. And in the meantime, so let's go ahead and cut this down a little bit. I just want this to be narrower. So that, and just take a bit off of this again. Like that, perfect. I don't know, I kind of wanted the shape to sort of mirror the shape of this, the long one. Okay, I like that. sort of like that. Okay, perfect. So now over here, I'm going to make this a card as well. So let me see. Take and cut some of this off. Put that there. Okay, that's good. Because I really want to see this blue. And then I'm also going to cut this down a little bit so it's not so deep of a pocket. But since I'm putting that longer tag in, I want to be able to have, okay, perfect. I want to see more of that blue, but since I'm putting this bookmark in as a tag, I want it to be able to, you know, and I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to leave the bottom open because I want this to be able to go down far enough. I don't want it to be sticking up like that. It's already kind of long, but I want this sticking out. So I think I'm just going to put it on either side because that's going to hold it. This is really thick paper, so it's not like that's going to fall out or anything. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that in place. I also want to round the corners for some reason. I think I'm around the top, not the bottom. Just to kind of give it that little finished look. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and put some more of this on here. Okay, so put that there. And there we go. Okay, so alrighty. So we'll put this down. Here again. Just pinch that. This tape is really sticky too. That's what I like about it. So you really get a good bond. So we're going to put this right down here, kind of center it. So I definitely want to see the, there we go. The, this blue. I like seeing it around the edge like that as well, the blue safety. So that'll go down in there. And I just made this by putting a hole in it, and I put some of those reinforcers that I had Gelli printed on. You can see that. I don't know if you see it good. There. And then put my pieces of thing in. Okay, so I like that. So then I think the final thing I'm going to do, what's nice is that we can still write around here. This can still be a place where, you know, you want to do some journaling or something, you could. And then this is in there like that, which just gives all that extra. This is starting to build up because I have some over here as well, right? These pieces I need to put back in. These are kind of hanging off the side, which I like that. So we're starting to get all of our little stuff hanging out, which is cool. Okay, so then on this side, I want to go ahead and make, I'm going to go ahead and make this into a card. So I'm going to pick a piece of it, maybe right there. So let's just go ahead and glue this up. And I'll put the glue on this side. It's easier for me to see as I can hold the paper up to the light, and then I can kind of see exactly where I want to position it. I think I showed you guys that before on some of the others. I just find it's easier than trying to fool around with and then get it wrong. So I'm going to get on this side. So I'm just going to hold it up. And then from the back, I can kind of line this right up there. I can see it. And because I have these lines across the top, I can see that I can get it even. That's another reason why I do it on, well, I love this paper, so I would do it on here anyway, but if you have a paper that, if you're drawing on a paper that's lined or gridded or anything like that, it's cool because, you know, you can use it to help get your placement straight. Okay, so now let's see. I'm going to take and just tear. Oh, I got to do it the other way. Let me see. Let me just do it like this first. So you have to tear the more flexible edge. And then I want to, like that. So that takes care of it. And then I'll get this edge here. I should be able to tear this, no problem. The other little slants I'm going to have to cut. But, you know, I like this sort of torn edge. I say that all the time. I know you guys probably, you know, you like the torn edge. As long as I can grip it, leave myself enough room to grip it. Okay. I'll cut a little bit off there. Cut a little bit off here. And we'll just get this little corner. These are just short corners, but I like the way that looks. Oh, look at that. Look how good that looks. And just from your stamps. So just start collecting stamps. I mean, they're everywhere. They don't even have to be anything super special, you know. Just now I'm going to get my smaller hole because I want to use my cord. What did I do with it? Oh, there it is. So I just want to put a small, I don't want a really big hole. Because I want to use this linen. I want to use this linen as a little tag top. It's actually linen yarn. I got a while back, a few years ago. I've gone to this yarn millery in Las Vegas, New Mexico. Me and my sister had gone to a Sheep and Wool Fest up in Santa Fe, and we had also found out about this. I guess when we were there, we found out there was this mill that, you know, in New Mexico. It's a big, huge warehouse. They had so much yarn up in there. It was incredible. But they had a ton of this linen yarn. It looks like it's jute, but it's not. It's linen. It's really beautiful. So I love using that. I still have quite a bit of it. So then what I like to do is separate it so that just separate all the threads, and then that way it'll splay out. And then what I do is I use my bone folder, and I just really kind of get it even more separated because I want it to look really frayed and, you know, old. And the nice thing about this linen, see how it starts kind of really pulling apart and getting raggedy. It's really nice. It's like you're combing it. So, and then I'll cut some more of that off. So that's long. Let me get a nice little tag with it. Those colors go well too because of this paper. Then I'm gonna put this in here. So I like that in there. That actually works well in there. It's just working with all the different papers. I like this. This is nice. So I think that is going to be it, except for I don't think I want that right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some, out of this other piece that I had, I'm going to make a piece of washi tape using the 3/4 inch tape. Just put this on the back here. Try trying to find a centerpiece to go down. Because I have the lines on the back, this makes it nice too, because I can just put it right up against this ruled edge to get it. Okay. And then just here again, burnish it. And then what I'm going to do is, then I'll tear right next to it on either side, which will just, you can cut it, you know, you can use your, or using your, what do you call those things? You know, your rotary cutter or whatever. But I'm just, I like the ripped edge on the edge of the tape. So I just kind of lay it down, and it's a little slippery because of the, right on top of it, but it normally has an edge to go against. So then those are those pieces. And now I have a piece of washi tape. See how cool is that? So we're going to put this down, get rid of that white edge. So let's see. Let's put this across the top, and it just kind of gives a finished edge here like that. So I'm going to take this right there. And I think just to kind of make it a similar type of thing, I'm going to do it on this side. I think I'll get it where there's a change in color, which is right here, sort of where the document started. So it'll have a different look to right there. Okay, I think I showed you guys how to do this washi tape before. It's so super easy. And it's a whole lot cheaper because you can just, you know, buy one of these rolls of the double-sided tape, which is really nice. It makes a really good thin adhesion. And then, but you get so much more out of it because, of course, now you can make your own from your jelly print. Got that one down. They're super sticky, so got to make sure you got your placement before you put it down. It got a little off there, but it's nothing. You can't hardly see, so it's all good. Okay, I like that. That just kind of gives a nice little topper to the page, you know, so it looks like all a part of it. Let me turn this upside down. See what I'm doing a little better. Okay, so same thing. Let's go ahead and just, I burnished it, you know, so of course, I wanted it this way, I think. Which way did I decide I wanted it? Okay. So, sorry, I got folks here, so if you hear noise in the background, it's people in town visiting. Stuff going on in the house. All right, so there we are. Okay, that looks good. I like that. I think it just gives a nice extra finish to the, to the top there. And just gives another extra little layer of collage going across the top. Even though it's the same piece, it looks so much different on the two different backgrounds, doesn't it? So that's good. So then this is in place. We have our tuck spots, and we have another page done in our Gelli JunkAdori. Okay, that looks good. Now all the different writing. This is Italian, Dutch, and this is English with the stamps from all over, and handmade paper bookmark, which is nice. Then it can come out, but it won't because this is a cardstock and it's a nice tight bond. All right, guys. So take care. Have lots of fun in your studio. Show me what you're doing, and until the next time, have fun with your Gelli JunkAdoris. All righty. Bye-bye.